and welcome to another Mahle Majola video. Thank you so much for clicking play. I don't know how to go about the story. Guys, this is something different from my channel. As you can see, it's a story time about me going on a date with a homeless guy. A homeless guy, guys. I know when you clicked Ndasi, you were just like, oh, Mahle, such a nice Christian, giving everybody a chance. No, that was not the plan. I did not know he was homeless before I went on a date with him. Anyway, I'll quickly get into the story, but do the things that people say do on YouTube. Please like, please subscribe, and share the story as much as you can so it can reach as many people as possible. So now, I decided to post this video because one, what I find online is either Christian couples that are married, people who are in courtships, or people who are like single and are teaching you how to be, accept your singleness stage. But people don't really talk about dating, especially as ngonzwentina, like abantu abamnyama akuthethwa ngodata. Nobody really speaks about it because it's such a, they don't want to speak about it because they feel like they're giving you permission to do it. And then if they do give you permission to do it, then it means you could have sex, you could fall pregnant, you could get an STD. Like, there's so many things that are tricky about dating, and that's why churches don't really, especially black churches, don't encourage dating. Umjoylo is a pandemic. Umjoylo is a marathon on its own. And guys, I have stories, yes. Hey! And I have stories from a Christian perspective because I've been born again for a very long time, and my spiritual walk and my faith walk with God has, like everybody else's, amahla denyunga and all of those things. So I figured I want someone I can relate to on YouTube, and I wasn't finding these story times, but also dizazibamba, guys, so that i-channel yam ingapheli isiba rated, because as in your story, I'm not proud of. Some people I've dated, I'm not proud of. And then there's some people I'm just like, yes, girl, yes, girl. And then there's times where I know what I want too much that I don't give people a chance. This is how this story happened. Me thinking I don't give people a chance. Kanti kuzokwenzeka lento. Please grab yourself coffee and tea. I have here coffee. I have here coffee and lemon. Yes, coffee and lemon. It's like a weight loss thing that I saw on TikTok, and it's been working for people. And actually, I've been doing it now. This is my second week of doing it, and it helps. It helps with your appetite. It helps with isisu and all of those things. So let me get into this video, okay? Now, this story happened just as I moved to Joburg. For those who don't know, I'm originally from Cape Town, but I've just relocated to Johannesburg. So, hey guys, when I was in Cape Town before I moved, this guy hits me up on Instagram. It's like, hey Mahle, you seem like such a nice girl. I would love to have a conversation with you or take you out. Me, I mice, ghost, love gone missing, ghosting, ghosted. So I just didn't give him like the time of day. I really don't. I respond to my Instagrams when it's things that I need to respond to. People asking for advice, people asking for what am I drinking or where I am and stuff like that. Or like just basic stuff, but not when people are trying to hit on me. Excuse me, not when people are trying to hit on me. It never works. It never works. So this person does that. Let's give him a name. Last time when I did my cult video, people didn't like the alphabet, so I'm gonna give him an actual name, but that's not his name, obviously, because ngoku nizahamba niyokhela umntana abantu ku-Instagram and then nimstalk and then Man, and actually nae, hey, phofu uzoyazi, if uzayibona le video uzoyazi banguye mos. Anyway, no, I'm not gonna tell his name. Okay, sorry, like I was thinking out loud. So I'm gonna try and make this video short, but saying every single thing. Ne? Let's give him, what's a Sutu name, guys? Because he's Sutu. Letabo. I think Letabo is Sutu, right? I see it's not a big name. So let's give him Letabo as the name, alright? So Letabo hits me up while I'm in Cape Town. At this time, I wasn't even thinking about moving to Joburg. I wasn't planning on moving, but he's here. So I decided, hey, man, this guy is too active, man. Can't post his story, he's here. When I post a picture he likes. I don't remember him commenting. I don't think there's a comment from him on my Instagram, but he was always active on like my replying on my stories. If I post something, he would laugh or react, whatever. And then he would get into the fact that he wants to take me out. So I'm just like, this guy, I go on his wall because I'm just like, let's see, guys, when my husband comes through, hopefully he's the physical type I like, but obviously the character and maturity and everything else. But the truth of the matter is and that thing oh, okay, I hope my mom is not watching this one, but anyway, so I look at his thingy and I'm just like, man, akukho ndithi guys. But I'm just like, oh, whatever. But then I noticed that one of my friends is friends with him. So I screenshot. I don't know why I screenshotted, but I screenshot and I sent it to my friend on WhatsApp and I'm just like, hey, do you know this guy? Friend doesn't respond for like 2-3 weeks. And this guy is still here, you know. By that time, now I'm planning to move to Joburg. I still haven't responded to this guy. I still haven't sent anything to him. On his wall, guys, he seems like a normal dude. He seems like he's working. He seemed like an okay guy. Like he seemed like he has his own place, because there was a picture of like couches and what, like a living room type of vibe. But I think physically he just wasn't my type. I wasn't seeing anything about God or like, I don't know, some people don't post about their faith, but I would want somebody who's like at least like, I don't want to say vocal about it, but somebody like I must tell, man, okay, this person has a relationship with God or is at least a Christian, active, okay? Like something, yeah. So I didn't see anything in nothing just like draw me to him, so I just ghosted. Love gone missing. Yeah, so I eventually moved to Joburg and this guy is still here. He's still here. So I tell my friend again, I'm like, Abra, send link now. I'm like, who is this person? Because clearly we am following Shalom too. You understand? Then my friend is just like, let me research. Yes, okay. She did the things. She did the things, guys. My coffee is getting cold. So she does the things, comes back to me. I remember that week so clearly. I think when my friend came back to me, it was probably like a Tuesday. She comes back and then she's like, now this guy has been here in my DMs for close to like 6 weeks, I would say. My friend comes back and she's like, okay, so this is what I found out. He lives here. He has a good sense of style and furniture. He works at a lab. He drives a Mini Cooper. And he seems like a decent guy. Like, he's a thingy. I've Googled the place he tagged for work. This is like, he seems like a solid human being. And my friend then says these words. Friend, when I baniki abantu a chance. You see, those words are what got to me. That I don't give guy chances. You see, that's the thing. You can't want a serious relationship but not put yourself out there. So I understood where she was coming from, and I really don't, guys. I'm very picky with who I go out with or who I give a chance, because like you can't just be accessible to everybody, you know. I feel like, so I'm like, okay, maybe she's right. New city, you know, open myself up, even if it's not a relationship, it could be a friendship, like, you know, I'm like, okay, let me give this guy a chance. Say hi. I'm like, how are you? What's going on? And then he's just like, hey, you're a really sweet person. I've been seeing you, I've been following you for some time, blah, 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 pickup lines. And then he's like, can I please take you out? When are you free? So I'm just like, okay, Friday, I can do Friday. And then he's like, which restaurant do you want to go to? Any restaurant you want to go to? I'm like, hell, okay. I'm like, I don't know places here. I'm new to Joburg. I don't know Joburg. And then he's like, how? I thought you're in Cape Town. So now I'm like, oh, I'm in Cape Town. How was this date going to happen? And then he responds, he's like, no, I was willing to go to Cape Town to take you out. And then, because I'm in Joburg. For our first date, you would fly. For our first date. Obviously, I'm somewhat impressed because this means this person actually wants to put in the effort to get to know me, you know, apart from his time, his finances, and his consistency. So there's things that count for this guy. You understand? So I'm just like, oh, okay, Woody, all right. All right, Letabs. So I'm like, no, I'm here, I relocated. And then he's like, cool, where would you like to go? Now I ask my Joburg friends, were you happy, guys? I'm just me a date up situation. And then my friend said, Monty, some people mentioned some places in Four Ways and in Rosebank and whatnot. So I'm just like, hey, Lindy Azio, Monte Casino is fine, I've been there, so that's okay. So he agrees, like, I call Monty Friday. Friday don't comes. Yo, the actual date starts here. I was giving you context. So this is how things turn. The date comes. Friday. So I asked him on Instagram. Remember I didn't give him my number. Ne? So I'm like, hey, so are we still meeting up tonight, this evening? He's like, yes. I'm like, okay, what time works? And then he's like, no, go 7 or like, let me know when you knock off, type of vibe. So I'm like, okay, cool. How about 6 o'clock at Monty? And then he's like, actually, where do you stay? I remember you say you stay in the, you know, should I say where I stay? I'm going to say it in the Randburg area, okay? So I'm also in the Randburg area currently. So maybe we don't have to go to Monty. We can do 86 Republic. I think it's called 86 Republic. It's like a restaurant at night turns into like a nice vibey kind of vibe place. So I'm like, oh, okay, I'm also comfortable with that because I've been there, you know? I'm like, okay, sharp, no problem. He's like, can you please give me your number because when I leave where I'm at, I won't have access to Instagram. So then I'm like, oh, okay, cool, that makes sense. Some people are on Wi-Fi, I'm on Wi-Fi. When I leave the house, I have to buy data, and it's not nice because you take data for like 2 hours and whatnot. So I understand, but then I say, no, give me your number, then I'll call you. I didn't want to give him my number just yet. Gives me his number. When I leave the house, I tell him, okay, going to 86 Republic now. Do you pick up here? I'm like, hey, I just got here. No response. So I take the number. I call. No, was it before I call? Nobody picks up. How? Guys, Njani, brothers, Letabs. How? Biang. And then I wait and I wait. So I start opening a group because I'm a girl. It's the first time I actually have done this. I open a WhatsApp group. I invite my friend who said I must go on this date, and I invite my other former colleague who's a friend of mine that was like I was talking to throughout the day about me going on this date. So I put them together and they know each other and we're all friends. So I put them there. And then I'm like, hey, you guys, Look, Booty, akakafiki apha, and ixesha liyahamba. Do you understand? Like, I've been here. The fact that I need to wait for you is already a turn off. The fact that I can't get you on your social, which is where we're communicating, not impressed. Also, I'm trying to call you, your phone rings, ingabanjwa. Do you understand? Ixesha lam malini ngamalini mntase. Anyway, I'm like, okay, cool. So I tell my friends. So my friend is just like, I'm like, leave. Like, what's the point? Clearly, this guy doesn't respect your time. Especially, like, I feel like if he was just late, it would have been like, okay, a thing. But he's answering his phone or responds like, yeah, I'm running late. But blank, guys, go dim loco style. Yeah, I understand. Eventually, I call for probably the third time. Now I'm about to leave. Hey, I sound so desperate for this date. But I call for the third time, and then it says line busy. That means he's on another call, right? When I'm starting the car, I'm about to leave, he then calls me. He's like, hi. I'm like, hi. Like, where are you? I'm here. And then he's like, yeah, no, I'm also here. Sorry, man. Sorry, I was just like on another line where you parked. So I'm just like, I'm parked by the entrance, by the bouncers. And then he's like, okay, cool. No, I see you. I'm behind you. So I'm kind of get like okay, you're behind me. How long have you been behind me? But also I remember that my car plates are still CA. They're still Cape Town plates, not Joburg plates. So I figured, like, that's how I reasoned it in my head. But okay, Monet plates, so it's fine. So he comes through, he stands by the window, and then and I'm just like, hi, how are you? I'm good. Guys, pictures like yeah, he wasn't catfishing me or anything of that sort. But like I said, he's not somebody I would normally go out with in terms of just physical appearance. I sound so shallow. But diamond senior preferences. So he's like, how are you? I'm like, I'm good. I'm like, how are you? Just like, I'm okay. Sorry, man. Like, I'm busy trying to sort something out. Just give me 1 second. And then his phone rings. He goes and he's like, sorry, I just really need to answer this. And then he talks like, far for me. For like a solid 10 to 15 minutes, guys. A solid 10 to 15 minutes. Like, I could have been at my house. But anyway, I tell my friends are just like, we thought you had left. Like, why are you still there? So I'm just like, hi, guys, at least he's here. Also, guys, makeup is dead. I look good. I look good. Should just go back home and sleep. I use the sense. So eventually after 10 minutes he comes, he's by the window again, and then I'm like, okay, so are you okay? What's going on? He's just like, no, I'm just going through a lot right now. I'm like, well, I'm so sorry that's going on, but like, it's COVID now. People have lost their jobs. At least you still have your job. You still have your health. And then he's like, actually, I don't have a job anymore. So I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I got retrenched. I'm like, I am so sorry, I'm so sorry that that's happened. He's like, yeah, that's how I'm like trying to sort things out. I'm like, but you know what? You have your health. Things will look up. You'll have another job. And you'll be fine. Then he's like, yeah, I don't understand why this is happening to me. And like, it happens to everybody. It's the rough time of the year. Like, it's a pandemic, COVID and everything. People have lost their jobs. He's like, yeah, and like, my car got repossessed. Your car got what? Yeah, my car got repossessed. So now I'm here trying to cheer him up because gloomy, you understand? He's like, yeah, and like, I don't understand why it's happening to me. I don't know why God is allowing this to happen to me. So I'm just like, no, don't even go that direction right now. We should be praying. I'm saying we should be praying for like opportunities to open up and stuff like that, and like working, hustling, putting in ECVs and everything. But either way, you're gonna be fine. You're gonna be okay. Then I'm like, actually, you seem like there's a lot happening. Maybe we should reschedule our date. He's like, no, do you want to leave? I'm like, no. I'm like, like this, like you seem like you're going through quite a bit. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'll have a drink or two to be right. Okay. And then I'm like, okay, cool. So I put on my shoes. I'm like ready to get out. And he's like, no, actually, my friend is coming. Your friend is coming. Yeah, she's coming in a few minutes. I'm like, hi, Bo, you confused? Why is your friend coming here? And then, like, okay, maybe you do need to vent. Maybe you do need to talk to somebody. So it's okay. Like I can leave. And he's like, no. She's coming to just drop off some cash for our date. So nayo imali yale date. Awunayo imali. Umboni yangathi xa sithi andinayo imali. So yeah, so I'm like a bit perplexed because I'm just like, how do you ask somebody out on a date and you don't have money to actually take them out on a date? Don't get me wrong, I'm okay with paying for myself. I always make sure I have money. That's in case things hit the fan, but hey, bo. So I'm like, okay, is this like, yeah, you can wait in the car. Well, we're waiting in the car. We are going, guys, and then he's like, yeah, my friend is coming. She's gonna come with, the cash, and then we'll go in and like grab something and just have a chat. I really wanna, talk to you. I don't wanna like think about everything that's going on, type of vibes. I'm like, okay, and then I'm just like, so where do you work? Where did you work and stuff like that? Why did they like? I don't know how retreating works. So I'm just like asking questions because your conversation is our. Yeah, understand? Yeah, iba samba, bo. So I'm like asking him what he does, blah 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 blah. And then azothi ke ngokuba, yeah, and oh no, because I'm like, okay, do you not want to wait in the car? Because and he was wearing like a golf t-shirt, like I think it was white and I think it was a white golf t-shirt. I think I took a picture of him with this phone. I'll see if I still have it and then I'll insert because it was his bag. Anyway, he's like, no, the other thing is I got evicted from my place, so I couldn't take imbahla zam before they kicked me out. You what? Yeah, the complex I was staying at is owned by the company, so since I got retrenched, I got evicted from my place, so Ananda Yushala. And this week I was staying with my friend, but because it's Friday, my friend's girlfriend is coming over. I'm like, oh, okay, so where are you sleeping tonight? No, like, Ananda Yulala. Ananda? Yeah, no, like, I don't have a place to sleep tonight. Or moving forward. Njadi booty, Jenba, Ananda Yulala tonight and moving forward. And then he's like, yeah, no. I'm like, okay, chomi zako, kalakutali chomi yako. Le iza nemali. And he's like, no, hlala nomuntu wakhe, and bahlala in like a bachelor, so like a one big room situation. So, and this was. And then he starts getting upset because now he's getting like, he says like, like I'm always there for people when they need me, and when I'm the one who's struggling, nobody's there for me. Like I don't know why God is doing this to me. And when somebody's venting, they like venting and venting. In my head, I'm just like, confused. Auna mali for a date. 1. 2. Auna now yolala. Should you not be focusing more on finding a place to sleep and a place to stay? Then I realized, the plan is me. I am the plan. I am his plan, basically. He's gonna say he doesn't have a place to stay. He saw I'm a nice person, Christian woman who's always kind and sweet, and I am the plan. That's it. Period. Period. In plan, ibindim guys in. So I am like flabbergasted because indeed I'm like, okay, so now and then he's like, actually, there's a KFC close to the place. Literally, like, there's not even like a street for something. It's like parking lot, then KFC. So I go to, he's like, let's go to KFC, let's grab some coffee while we wait for my friend. Guys, now KFC. As I'm at KFC, I haven't been checking my phone. So my friends have been blowing me up on that group I created. Oh, ambile, ufike kahle endlini, usave. Now what's emahle fika jikiji. Actually, guys, sikwa KFC. Nenza nongo kwa KFC. Adihleki ne. He goes and he buys coffee. And then I'm talking to my friends at this time. I'm like, babes, why we don't know this guy. This guy, that could have even been like, well, it could not have been a fake account because it's actually him in the pictures. But they were just like, it's not safe. We are figa apa. And like, no, just leave. Then I'm also giving them an update by, hey guys, my friends are just like, it is not your problem. It is really not your problem. So I really felt bad, guys. I won't lie. I'm laughing now because it's been a couple of months since this happened. But in that moment, I really felt bad for him. I felt like I didn't even question how genuine he was because he just looked distraught. You understand? But anyway, he comes back with the coffees. So now I kick into some weird girlfriend mode. I'm like, okay, sharp. Where's your family? Call a family member, you'll sleep at them. No, my family is in Limpopo. I don't have any family here. And his reasoning, I'm like, okay, how about going home? He's like, it's pointless. If I get an interview here, then I have to come back all the way. Rather, I hustle in Josie than go back home. Which kind of makes sense. So I'm like, okay, do you go to church members call your pastor? And then he's like, no, he comes in and out of church. Like, after service, he's out. He doesn't mingle and talk to people. And on top of it, it's COVID, so he hasn't been going to church. So I'm just like trying to come up with solutions right now. I'm thinking colleagues, chatile, married people with kids type of vibe. I'm like, reach out to as many people you can. And then now his pride starts kicking in because he's just like, when I don't want people to see me at my lowest. You see, now I don't have anything and it's my lowest, and people, you know how people talk. I remember even asking him, who's your ex? Call your ex-girlfriend. At that point I was just like, where are you going to sleep? Where are you gonna, how are you gonna leave? What's gonna happen? Type of situation. Now, I did want to invite him, but my friends on the group were busy like, no, stop, Mahle, stop, type of vibe. I won't lie, I was willing to give him a couch. But then I thought, I'm a woman, I live by myself, anything could happen. This is South Africa, a lot happens in South Africa. So I was really like, I wanted to help, but right now in the country and how women are treated, and this person is a stranger. It's not even like, oh, no, he's a stranger. It's the first time I'm meeting him, So also I was thinking, but what if this whole thing is a scam, And then I started looking where my car was. I started checking myself type of situation. And now we've been at this KFC since I've been there now. It's over 2.5 hours, guys. Still waiting for this friend who's bringing money. bread is bringing money. And then my friends now are blowing up my phone. They're just like, leave the situation. Like, leave the situation. Take care of it. Like, leave. This is really actually not safe right now. So he tells me that he has an interview this coming Monday. But he doesn't have money type of vibe. Well, he didn't say he doesn't have money. How did he mention? He was just like, because when I kept on saying call people, he would try some of the people I would like raise, and then he's like, yo, people, you call them, and then you tell them the whole story, and then next thing they're just like, you like, things are gonna look up, bro, things are gonna be fine, you know, this is not your lowest, but they're not actually helping him. So he wastes so much airtime telling people the story from the beginning, only for them to say, nah, you'll bounce back. Hey, he needs a place to stay tonight. So he's like, yeah, like he was frustrated about that as well, and that he's running out of guap and whatnot. And on me, I had like 200 bucks, my last 200 bucks, guys. And then I was just like, you know what, Lord, if this guy's story is actually true and he's not lying and whatnot, and he has this interview on Monday, things could look up for him, you know. So I gave him my last 200 bucks, and I didn't, it was just like a matter of like, if the story is true, honestly, if I'm in his situation and the story is true, you know, as much as I don't appreciate him going on a date, that for me is one very, like, I felt used. I felt like I was his tool to getting a place to sleep. I didn't appreciate that. Also didn't appreciate his lack of emotional intelligence to ask somebody out on a date when you are not emotionally stable type of situation. But that's another conversation. So I was just like, but if the story is real and the story is true, then the least I could do is help him out. So I had 200 bucks. I gave him the 200 bucks. Then I'm like, I'm sorry, I actually have to leave right now. And type of situation. And then I was just like, maybe like contact the police station, like find, like you could sleep there, because you can actually sleep at a police station, guys, if you didn't know. Or like fire brigade, guys. Fire brigade. There's definitely a word, but delivered. But you could, you know, you can go there and sleep there because it's safe type of vibe. So that's what I suggested. Got in my car, left, went to my friend's place, because they just didn't believe that just happened, and I had to tell them the story. Left, went to my friend's to tell her what happened. Around 11, I get a text on WhatsApp. Hi, Mahle, guess who this is? It's Letabo. I'm actually at my place, my apartment. How are you at your apartment? I'm like, oh, okay. He's like, yeah, I went to the police station like you suggested, and the cops told me that they can't just kick me out. I need notice to be, you know, evicted. So even though I'm retrenched from work and I can't go back to work, but this, like, the company complex is my house, so they have to give me notice. So OT, the police, then drove him to the complex. The security guard called the owner, and the owner was just like, okay, let him in. Then he came back to his place. So he had, I think, 2-3 months before finding a different place. Now he says, I have meeting someone at my place. Do you want to come through tomorrow? Ewa to Booty? Was I there alone? Like, what part of this date do you think, yeah, no, the conversation was flowing, or like, oh, there's chemistry, or like there's attraction? Where in the whole date did you get some form of confidence? You're about, I can ask her to meet up tomorrow. Where? And I'm like, I told him straight up, and I was like, hi, Letabo, I'm so happy you're safe. I'm so happy actually you're at your own place. Maybe consider what we spoke about, because we also spoke about him renting like a back room, like selling some of his furniture, like except a bed and a fridge, like the essentials. Like, you don't need 3 couches. You can have 1 couch if you're gonna rent like a back room. I suggested that, like, rent a back room, sell some of your stuff, rent a back room until you get on your feet while you submit your CVs and go to interviews. So I'm just like, I'm happy. Hopefully you can take that advice moving forward. However, I don't think you're the person for me, and I also don't think you should be getting into any like dating type of vibe right now, because there's quite a lot happening with you. But all the best. I responded, but no, I said I would really like to get into a relationship with you. Yeah, on that relationship, there's levels to these things, guys. Your relationship is now Letabo skipped so many steps to I want a relationship with you. Long story short, I told him sorry, it's not happening, cannot happen unfortunately. And he was still, you know how guys are, please think about it, please reconsider. And I was just like, Ola Puti. Like, I'm so sorry, like, it's not happening. So, yeah. The reason I thought about this today is because this past weekend, Letabo don't call me. Now, this was also weird because we haven't spoken since that day, ne? And that was approximately like a month ago. How long have I been here? I think I've been this side for 4 months now. This is my 4th month. So I haven't spoken to Letabo in like since that day, which is like a month, if not like another 6 weeks ago. And then he called he said Ase, and then he said hi. I do not respond to such. Please get to the point when you send me a text. Hi Asemahle, it's been a while, how are you doing? Then I can engage with you. You know, hi Ase. Get to the point. Why are you trying to engage me? Get to the point, okay? So he does that, hi, and then he says, I say me, ghost, love gone missing. And then I go to the shops, and then he calls me and he's like, hello. I'm like, hi, who's this? It's like, oh, it's Letabo. I'm like, oh, hi. Obviously, I'm surprised. And then even though he did say hi during the day, and I didn't respond, didn't expect a call. Yeah, but how are you? I'm like, I'm good. How are you? I'm good. Where are you? I'm at Spa. Oh, okay. What are you doing? I'm like, I'm buying stuff. And then he's like, oh, which Spa? I'm like, Spa supermarket. Also, I'm just getting a bit like, bruh, why are you asking me where I'm at? You know? He's like, oh, okay, are you at the Spa in Thingy, in Randburg? I'm like, yeah, why? He's like, no, I wanted to see you. You wanted to see who, Booty? Ngeliphi mehlo? Elakho, elenyama, neighbor. For what, guys? For what? Oh. And I was like, I don't think that's necessary. I was like, I think I said actually why. And then he's like, I'd just like to see you. I'm just like, there's no need. I think that's what I said. It's either I said there's no need or that's not necessary. And I was with my friend and he says I was cold. I don't think that was cold. The thing is, sometimes when you're nice to guys, because I was nice to him when I told him that I'm not interested and I think he should focus on himself. Now he's pushing it, you know? So I was just like, there's no need. There really isn't a need. Yeah. Bye the towel. And then I said goodbye. Then I dropped my phone. So that is the story of 1, my first date in Johannesburg, and 2, how I went on a date with a guy who didn't have a place to stay, to live. Like, he didn't have a plan. If I didn't tell him to go to the police station, where was he going to sleep? Where was he going to sleep, guys? Like, crazy. So in essence, he was homeless at the time. He was homeless. I didn't even ask him any questions when he called right now. I was just like, Ndasekaya, it happened. It's an experience. And it's going to probably go on my channel. But I won't lie, dating as a young Christian woman is not the easiest thing to do. Or for me, it's not. I won't say for everybody, but for me, it's not, because sometimes there's periods where it's kind of your focus, then there's times where it's really not your focus, then there's times where you're just like conflicted about certain things, and then there's times where I'm just like, Do you understand the mannerisms of guys? I just get discouraged at all and not interested in like marriage. Sometimes these things happen because I've been single for so long. I'm so used to my own space. Like, guys, I even got another bed because I'm okay. Like, I want to sleep in my bed. If somebody comes to visit me, you can go sleep in another bed. They're right. Like, things like guys, I've been single for a long time. So whoever is gonna marry me is gonna have to like, I'm gonna have to do a lot of work. Actually, it's not their job. I'm gonna have to do quite a lot of work. They will have to be very patient. They will have to be a very patient person to let my walls down, for me to like, you know, be vulnerable and all those things, but also for me to get used to somebody else's mannerism in my space or in our space at the time. But that is the end of the video. If you found this entertaining and if you liked it and if you have some crazy stories like me, guys, I have so many stories. When I thought about this, I was just like, maybe I should do like a relationship story time, because these are the things we go through, you know, as young Christian women, dating and trying to figure out who you are, what you want in a partner. Are you ready for a partner? Have you gone through your singleness phase? All of those things. So it's quite a big part of our faith walk as well, you know. So I'll be doing some of these story times on. I have so many crazy stuff, guys. Like, and like, I want to share all of them, but I'll share some because, hey, the truth of the matter is you don't show me in the best of light. And I'm not sure I want to expose myself that much, but I'll share as much as I can. If you like this video and you want me to share more, please comment down below. We want more. And also like and subscribe to this channel. It does wonders for me. It costs you absolutely nothing and it helps me get this message to as many people as possible. But other than that, thank you so much for watching another Mahle Matola video. Love, 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 love. Bye.